I get woken up by my alarm clock or one of the other 37 girls in my house.
Most mornings I get woken up by my alarm or my mum.
I go to the Borders dining room for breakfast. There's so many options, it's really hard to choose some days.
I make my own Vegemite toast for breakfast.
I make my bed, clean up my room, pack my school bag and then go to school.
I get dropped off at boarding the day before school starts and I walk up to school each morning. I come from Williams, which is 2 hours by car.
At Figure 8 I get dropped off by mum in the mornings and sometimes I catch the bus. I go to classes during the day, making friends with day girls and boarders in my classes.
I work hard to achieve my best in all that I do. It is so good when a teacher knows I'm a boarder.
I get my recess and lunch from the cafe. I can choose from the hot or cold food and as much fruit as I like.
I go to the cafe some days for morning tea or lunch. On other days I bring my own lunch to school. It's usually a sandwich or some leftover dinner.
I get taken to the airport at the end of each term to fly to Broome. At the end of each day I walk back to boarding.
I get picked up each day after school by one of my friends' mums.
I go to the dining room for afternoon tea. We get lots to choose from. I usually get crackers or fruit.
I go home for afternoon tea and usually make it for myself. Most of the time I get biscuits from the cupboard.
I go to my boarding house after school and I hang out with all my friends, and then we sometimes make cookies and brownies, and then we have a lot of training after school, so that takes up a lot of our week. We do TikToks, we have heaps of fun, and we go to our room and have some rest some days as well.
I go home each afternoon and relax. I hang around with my siblings and do sport. My mum and dad normally take me.
Everyone in our house goes to dinner at either 5:15 or 5:45. We choose our own meal from 2 hot choices and 2 meat dishes and 2 vegetable dishes. And then we have some salad and there's heaps of cold food. And then we have dessert as well as fruit, and we talk about our day and we don't leave till everyone's finished. And my favourite meal is curry and my favourite sweets are ice cream sundaes.
Mum makes dinner most nights for our family. Our dinner time normally varies depending on sport. Our family's favourite dinner is tacos.
After dinner we'll all go to study at 6:30. The younger girls will go to the plaza and the older girls will study in their rooms. There's lots of academic support available and we can study for a various amount of hours depending on our year group.
I do study either in my room or in the kitchen for about 2 hours.
After study we'll go to the rec room and have supper and hang out with our boarding sisters again.
After study I hang out with my family and watch TV and then go to bed when I'm ready.
At bedtime, our boarding supervisor checks on us and says goodnight.
At night time, I go to bed and sometimes mum and dad come and say night to me.
On weekends, we get to sleep in, and then we have breakfast in our house. Some boarding supervisors cook us breakfast.
When I wake up on Saturday mornings, I make my own breakfast, and on Sunday, sometimes me and my family go out for breakfast.
In winter, we play lots of sports like netball, hockey, volleyball, soccer and AFLW. It is always busy with girls coming and going from sport. Boarding staff transport us to all of our games and trainings. My parents come to Perth when they can from Hyden to watch me play.
In winter, me and my siblings play lots of sport, so the family's busy taking us to all our games.
In summer, we have the college pool open for us to use. It is usually open for 3 hours on one of the days. And we have a lifeguard that supervises us the whole time. It is always fun to spend time in the pool with my boarding sisters.
On weekends, we have at least one rec activity organised for each year group, and many of these are with other girl and boy boarding schools. We love going on these rec activities with our boarding sisters and getting to see our brothers and friends from home.
On weekends I go to my cousin's house and sometimes go to dance rehearsals.
When I'm at home, I work on the farm. I help mum around the house and dad on the farm. I love to ride my motorbike with my brothers. Then we go and play with our pets. I also love going and seeing my sheep when I go home.
When I'm at home, I love to study and watch Netflix.
I love being a boarder and a student at Santa, just like my mum was, but there's no place like home.